Welcome to a nice socially distanced podcast. I didn't just want to be 2 meters away. I thought I'd just go with 200 miles away. I'm in Southampton, and you boys are at home. So sorry. Thank you. I thought I'd be home by now. I thought we'd be together. But I'm currently here because of the WTC, the World Test Championship. It's between India and New Zealand. It's the cricket, and it's the first one of its kind. And there's only a few thousand fans in this ground in Southampton. How do you pronounce? I've been under the confidence.
Aegeus Bowl.
It's not Aegeus, is it? You're lying to me.
It is. It's the Aegeus Bowl.
Is he lying?
No, it's the Aegeus Dastan, is it?
Aegeus Dastan.
Bowl.
The thing is, I thought, because Aegeus, you're making it sound desi.
Even all the commentators, it's the Aegeus Bowl. What do you think it's Aegeus?
I thought it'd be Aegeus or Aegeus.
It used to be the Rose Bowl. When I went there, it was called the Rose Bowl. Now it's obviously they've got it sponsored and everything, and they're calling it the Aegeus Bowl.
So who are Aegeus? Is it sponsored by Aegeus? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's a company.
I've never heard of the brand
Really?
Aegeus.
Oh.
What is it? I've never come across it. I don't even know what it is.
I don't know. It just sounds like some sort of Indian masala that you add to your curry.
Yeah, exactly. Javana,
Aegeus dalo?
Long, lachi te Aegeus hangani?
Yeah.
Hi. Oh, and naswad. Look, I feel desied up because I've been around a lot of desis for the last 5 days. It's a 5-day test match. My first test match.
Test match.
You guys lured me into the cricket trap. You kind of put down the little cricket sugar cubes, and I followed them. And now, kind of, we're immersed in the cricket world. Test match very different.
I think you've gone full circle, really, because we kind of brought you in, and now you're fully in giving it. Like, I mean, even when we're talking, like on our group between us, you're giving us the full cricket analysis, like I'm talking to Nasser Hussain.
Shall I confess something to you?
No, go on, please. Because I mean,
in public.
I'm quite good. I'm glad to see it because you're in there.
The reason why I'm okay with this feeling is Kedge, you'll appreciate this. I'm out of my comfort zone. Yeah. Right? I'm not a cricket commentator. I'm not a cricket expert. I don't know cricket history. But everyone around me, even all the Bharat Army, all the fans now, they know that. Because I've been rumbled, right? And I haven't tried to hide it. And even...
What? They figured it out?
Bro, a couple of the New Zealand fans came out and they went, "Hey, mate, we're going to ask you, mate. What do you reckon?" And he said some technical question. And I just looked around and he went, "You speak English, mate?" Because he thought maybe I'm from India. And
no, you should have said no.
No, no, mate, ain't got a Scooby. And I walked off. No, I just don't know. I can't do that. But get this, everyone, and we're doing loads of stuff on social media, and we're linking up with the Mumbai Indians. We're all over the Mumbai Indians social media account. We're like 7-8 million followers, and we get so much. I've got so many messages from Mumbai fans, the fans of the IPL. Because they're just covering the test match, because obviously they got their players in the side and things like that, and they're just kind of getting behind the national team, and it's lovely. So I realised people want a bit of comedy in cricket, and there isn't any comedy cricket, guys.
Well, there's no cricket, full stop. So
can I just say that first day it was rained so much. I thought such a contrast to the week before when we had all that roasting hot weather, and that got rained on, and then even the days where they have been playing, it's been freezing. Honestly. I had 5 layers on. I had 3 t-shirts, a hoodie, and a zippy thing over the top of it, and I still just couldn't get warm.
That must have been all of your clothes that you've taken, and
that's
you just
funny.
slapped them all on.
Because I'm wearing all these sponsored t-shirts. It's all of the sponsored t-shirts. I'm like, I'm again. I can't wear like my shirt. I can't wear like a green t-shirt and a blue t-shirt. I've just got 5 Bharat Army and different. Whatever sponsors.
If there's anyone who feels the cold while sitting outside, it's Tommy, and it really affects him. And it's just I feel sorry for you.
Cold. There's something about like psychology. The way something must have happened in my life where I associate the feeling of cold with not achieving in life. I feel like I'm losing in life then. So I'm like, no, you should not be cold. No one should be cold. Like it breaks my heart when I see people sleeping on the cold. I'm like, oh my God, that cold into your haddiyan, into your bones.
I'm upset. I'm upset with the cricketing people of this country and this, because this. I think this is such a fiasco. I mean, firstly,
the cold?
This test match. It's supposed to be the final.
Yeah.
I don't think you should play anything in England just because it's the one-off game. It's so important. Yeah. And imagine if it did all go to plan and there was good weather, it would have been brilliant. Yeah. And this is just, rather than the WTC or whatever, it's just the TWA, Time Waster Association final. It's really mood off because I wanted it to be brilliant, and it's and even I know you're there for an extra day. And it's just going to be a draw, and it's just
not necessarily. I think we might even lose.
Yeah, you don't know. Yeah.
It's
even that. But I just, but it doesn't feel like a proper game. It's like they might as well just play snakes and ladders.
Everyone agrees. A lot of fans were saying similar things. Said, and we'd rather, and also that they'd rather lose than draw. Like after all of this, like a draw does nothing. A draw doesn't make you feel like, oh, that's okay. We got a draw out of it. Like no,
it's a final. We need to win.
Almost a draw makes it a waste of time. We'd rather go. It's the final. They won or we won, but look, I sound like all of the others now. I'm laughing because it's you boys. So it's like I'm talking to my wife or like my dad, and like you don't talk cricket. What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, as we know, things can change. That's what I'm saying. Things can change tomorrow. The final day of the play tomorrow.
I mean, more than anyone though, you must be feeling like lockdown's over because this week was lockdown ending day.
Yes, Freedom Day.
It was supposed to be, but it feels fairly okay. Anyway, I'm like. So we're at the ground. I got the train here. Went to the ground. I checked into a hotel. I've eaten in restaurants. You have to wear masks walking around. We went to like buffet. Like it was a bit like a Jimmy Spices of Southampton yesterday, right? And getting around, but they got like plastic gloves when you go to do your plates. So there's a big stack of them in like a dispenser. So you put gloves on, so no one's touching plates.
But it's your plate.
Huh?
It's your plate.
But you're going to grab the handle and you're going to go across all these different things.
Oh, wow, okay.
All right, there's sanitizer everywhere. And like even around the ground, even if you're walking around the stadium in the open air, you got to wear your mask. If you're sat in your chair, wear your mask. So there's things like that. There's the mask.
People ain't wearing their mask in their chair.
But what I mean is, but everyone's moving in the same way they would move. That's it.
Yeah.
Everyone's moving around. But yeah, lockdown now. So we're sort of still in it, but I don't think
it's kind of been delayed, hasn't it, for another month? But like, I think as Satch has been saying, he goes, it kind of just all feels like it's all anyway. It's all open.
I mean, progressively over the weeks I've been DJing on the weekend, I think, every week I notice a little change and a little change in people's attitudes and sort of. Like last weekend, no one was wearing a mask where I was, and it was just like, okay, like I don't know. Next week it might be no one's wearing clothes. I don't know. Like, how far is it going to go? You see what I mean?
Just slowly stripping off.
Yeah, do you see what I mean? Like,
don't you want to see? Don't you want to see people dancing? Don't you want to get to the end of this so that you can just go like, come on, man, let me get my dance floor going as a DJ.
Don't get me wrong. I really do. Like, I really do. But then I also really understand that this is like this could go either way. And it could go really badly. I mean, the one thing that I did see today, which I thought was a bit weird, is that next week there's going to be 60,000 people in Wembley. And I thought, that's a bit weird.
Yeah, 45,000 England fans and 15,000 away fans.
That's bonkers, considering you can't have 200 people on a dance floor that you probably all know at a wedding or something. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, like, I mean, I've heard children's sports days being, like where the parents can't go and see their children in sports day, yet we can fit 60,000 people into Wembley. Do you know what I mean? And I do think as we're nearing the end of this, I just think we seem to have just lost track a little bit. And again, we've gone into that. Loads of rules, no one knows. And it's even more complicated with the fact that if you do have a positive test, a lateral flow test, then you've got to do a PCR test. And if that comes positive, then you've got a shield for 10 days. Everyone in your family's got to, but then all of a sudden, if you are positive and you play for Scotland, then the rest of the team don't have to isolate. Only you do. But if you played with him at Chelsea, then you do have to isolate. But then again, the rest of the team who don't play at Chelsea don't have to isolate.
I know that Scottish player's Chacha. Do I have to isolate?
Oh yes, you have to.
Man,
yes. Was he at the cricket game with you? Was he sat next to you?
Yeah, but not this cricket game. 2 years ago.
Oh right.
Gilmore Singh was there in the stand.
It's crazy. It's great. No, it's safety first and all that. So okay. So you're saying actually no big deal with lockdown. Things can carry on. You're quite happy because both of you two like your own company. You like your space. You both like that. So I think you're all right with a little bit of social distancing.
No, I'm a bit offended by that because you're trying to say I'm like Kedge. I mean, I'm nothing. Like he likes his own space.
I'm saying You can be miserable, Satch, in your own way. That's what I'm saying.
No,
You've got your own unique brand.
But I can be miserable with my mates still. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference. Like,
no, I'm talking about masses. Yeah, so you're fine.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So the current lockdown, whatever situation, whatever you want to call the state that we're in, sort of semi-lockdown, right? We've got a semi.
It's a semi.
We love a semi. Love a semi. Could go either way.
It could go either way. Yeah.
But you like your small groups. You like your 4 or 5 people. We're going to sit down. We're all going to have a proper chat. And Kedge, you just don't like masses because people disappoint you and anger you. So this is nice. This can you're right.
And I think other than the sort of lockdown not ending this week, the other thing, and I think we mentioned it before, was I feel like the free trial for summer in this country has come to an end. Do you know that when you sign up to like Netflix for a week?
It was a 10-day. It was a 10-day.
It was a 10-day little service. Is when you get Amazon Prime for a month for free, and then it just ended. And that's what I feel like this week, because I'm sorry, but the heating's come on.
Right. So you subscribed to summer as a free trial.
I did.
Had a little taster, and they went, that's it. Pay the money.
The thing is, normally those subscriptions, if you don't do anything, you just carry on. But for some reason, the majority amongst us 3 has obviously gone in and cancelled it as well. They didn't wait for it to roll on, even into the 11th day.
Yeah.
I mean, it did feel like a trial to me because, in a weird sort of a way, hay fever killed me in those days. So maybe that was that little thing in there. It's like, if you get the proper membership, the hay fever's gone as well.
Hay fever's gone. I thought
they'll get rid of it.
I thought it was the other way around. I thought you had your little trial. You got loads of hay fever with it. You're like, it's not for me, actually. I'm all right. I'll put the heating on. I'll wear a jumper. Thank you very much.
I'm still convinced that someone's turned on something to give us hay fever this year.
No. Apparently, it's different types of pollen this year. We've got a whole bigger range of pollen that's all, puffing out into the air at different times. And that's why hay fever is so bad this year. But have no fear, because I know the weather is bad. The football is still on. And also Love Island is going to be starting soon. And I think that is what, everyone who listens to the Brown Load love watching.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never watched an entire episode.
Have you never? Oh, yeah. I started, when was it? A couple of seasons ago. And I tell you what, it's horrible. It's so much trash. But it just sucks you in. And then you start knowing the names. And of course, this year we've got a Desi.
Desi, yeah. Shannon Singh is going into the house. I've been sent pictures and stories. People saying, Shannon Singh, she's had a bit of a past, but she's not going to cover it up. She's proud of what she is. She's proud of who she stands
we did
for.
Then. Not going to cover it up though. I like that. Good
it was revealed.
Yeah.
And you know what? Good on her. Why not? I say the main thing, my advice to everyone is you got to be you. Just go be you. If you live your life trying to be something else because of other people, then you're just going to be angry and upset when you're older. And so if that's what you want to do, Shannon Singh, I think it's great. I'm going to give the series a go because there's a Desi. I don't even know what she sounds like, what she talks like. Is she?
Oh, no, she doesn't sound. Yeah, no, she's like just a normal Brit. Just like a normal
East
Brit
London,
Asian.
West London, Harrow.
I didn't really go into all the specifics of that.
I'd like to know. And you know what? Guaranteed though, because this is what happens from Love Island. All those people go on to do stuff in the entertainment business.
She could be the next presenter, on Saturday Night TV or something.
Hey, she might be my co-presenter. I need to saddle up with a Shannon Singh and anybody else that might, give me a pathway into the business.
True.
So guys, I'll always need producers. Would you help the Shannon and Tommy show? Would you be a part of it?
Oh, so what? We've been dumped.
No, of course. I wouldn't need you to if I've got her by my side. Because
I mean, back to Love Island anyway.
Right.
Even though she's on it, it's not for me. I don't think I'm going to watch it.
Watch one.
No. I've tried before. It's not for me. It's not for me. But there is something that I did come across, and it kind of links to Love Island and kind of another thing where I've actually seen people going on dates now, like where I'm DJing and stuff. So I thought, okay, that's interesting. Love Island coming back, people going on dates. And the story I found this week was about a dating expert. Her name is Nelly, and she's actually big on TikTok, Kedge. She's
Nelly.
She's from your Nelly TikTok community. And the whole sort of story was about how, as a dating expert, she's now saying men should never let a woman pay on the first date. And I thought, hang on a minute, this has come back round full circle again, isn't it? Because at one point it all went a bit, no, it's got to be an even split, and you've got to let the lady contribute.
Was it ever that though? Was it ever?
Well, I think it was at one point, wasn't it? Do you remember?
The thing is, okay, real talk. It's all a bit confusing right now, isn't it?
It
Life and we don't know. You don't know what to do, and you don't know who's going to be. I mean,
he's right.
Because who was it? I had a stand-up comedian friend of mine who was talking about another stand-up comedian, and he was saying he was traveling with her, and she had a suitcase, and he had a bag, but he knows this female comedian is quite feminine and has feminist views, and so he didn't want to offer. To carry a bag, so he didn't. But
fair play.
But then is it fair play, or is that then making a point for a point? And it, like,
surely you only ask if they're struggling.
Yeah. But then what is struggling? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, I think he's done the right thing there, because that is very dodgy territory nowadays.
I doubt she was standing there with a suitcase going.
Yeah.
She's done that to the course.
I mean, just
you'd go, all right, I'll help you out.
Thinking of that now, even still, like if I was walking up and down the stairs at a train station, I'd grab a bag and help whoever's kind of going up.
Mate, you grab a bag at a train station, you're getting arrested again.
No. No, not that.
You've got history, bruv. You're on the book.
You and platforms, you need to behave.
No, I'm happy to help. If someone's in need, I'm happy to. But I just think with this dating thing, I just think it's a bit weird in the sense of like, I'm pretty sure at one point you couldn't, as the man, you couldn't just be like, no, I've got this, because it makes the other person feel a bit like
inferior.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I think on a day, I think the first one, I think it's just, it's not that it's power or anything. I just think it's chivalry.
Yeah, but see, the chivalry, there's a fine line, Kedge. I'm just saying what I've heard and read.
Yeah.
There's a fine line between chivalry and sexism and, condescending behavior. Because why does the man feel the need to be chivalrous? Is he therefore suggesting that the female needs his protection and is therefore incapable of surviving and living without him and all that? So that really is where that, when they talk about interwoven underlying, sexism or racism or whatever the thing might be, that's where it's woven into society. That's it. What you're describing, you're like, oh, but it's just chivalrous. Oh, but it's just a laugh. Like, no, but actually that laugh is based on racism. That chivalry is based on sex. I'm just saying what I've heard. I don't know where I stand on all this.
Satch was showing some chivalry actually, because we completely forgot to mention this, Satch. But last week after we finished the podcast, you had an appointment that you had to get to, which left me and Satch sort of got nothing to do at lunchtime. So we went for a cheeky Nando's.
Oh, lovely. Oh, the one in my area?
Near your gaff.
Do you know what? The whole experience felt weird because, number one, we were in your area, Tommy. It was me and Kedge. You went there, and I felt a bit weird about that. I was like, at one point, I even thought, do we get in a car and go down the road just to be out of his area? Because
can I tell you something as well?
It felt wrong being in that Nando's without you.
Right. That appointment I went to,
Don't tell me it was cancelled.
It was a mistake. The guy was there, and he went, "Oh, right."
Oh,
and he went, "This is your follow-up to having go to the specialist. It's just about my foot because I've been running on it a bit more, and I've just damaged the bottom of it a little bit." And he said, "Oh, you should have gone to that specialist place first, and then come to me for the post review." And I went, "Oh, right." I said, "No, that didn't happen." And he went, "All right, you can go." And then I thought, "Do I call you?" But I'd walk there to get my. No, I didn't walk there. I drove there. Was it?
I thought you cycled.
Did I cycle that day?
You said no. Yeah, you said because you wanted to run. I said don't run. I said walk, cycle it so that you're not sweating too much.
Even way, what I thought is I thought I can't get over to you quick enough now, and I didn't know where you were eating.
Well, you would have.
Well, first, what do you mean? I could have done, yeah.
You would have got there on time. Trust me.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Well, firstly, thank you, Satch, for feeling that you missed me there. That makes me feel nice. I want you to know that because I know that the guy in the other box on my screen that I'm looking at right now on this podcast that we're recording remotely is he wouldn't have thought of me for 1 second. He'd be thinking, can we still get a bowl of olives to share, or is that too much? That's all he.
I didn't even have time to think about you because there were other pressing matters that were taking over my life.
Tell me about
experience. It was an experience.
Okay, tell me about what somebody needs to reveal what happened.
We walked in, and the Satch was in front of me, and the lady goes, "Have you been?" The usual question: "Have you been to Nando's?" And I really feel like going, "Come on, who ain't been to Nando's?"
No, you can't say that.
No, I know, but I mean, obviously. So we were like, yes, we have been. We know, right? So she goes, "Where would you like to sit?" I said, "Somewhere near the window." I was looking for some sort of, open air vent thing, but there wasn't. But close to the windows because it was a little bit dark the other side. So I said near the window. So we sat down, and she came and gave us the menu. No, did she give us? No, she didn't give us the menu.
No menu.
No. So me and Satch were like, oh, well, we know what we want to do. You know, the usual thing. What's the point of sitting down? Let's just get up and let's just go and get the food.
No, but
over to you, Satch.
Well,
they come over and take your order at the moment because.
Well. I think you're jumping the gun there. I got up and walked towards the till, just blindly, just thinking, put my mask on, gonna go to the till. Lady was like, oh, hang on a minute, where are you walking to? And I was like,
you said you'd been there before.
Yeah.
All the staff started running at me and
Satch. They thought that something was happening. I was thinking,
get down.
Yeah, and then I looked at Kidge and we were kind of just a bit both of us were looking at each other like, what do we do? Like, this is.
So you're both walking up to the till, right?
He was about to get up. I was fully on my way.
Right. Yeah. And how many members of staff have come over?
About 4 surrounded me. I thought I was getting arrested again.
Right. Yeah. So have they come over to you before you pretty much got away from the till, before you've got to the till?
Yeah.
I was about halfway. I was about halfway there.
Yeah, so you're in that sort of doorway bit that goes through to the till area from the seating area. I know that bit.
Yes.
Archway.
And I got fully shot down and got told to go back to my table. So back to my table I went.
Because they said what? We take your orders from the table.
They said
no, they don't. You
had to scan this thing.
Oh yeah, and you do it on that's right, on the table.
And my word. The reception is rubbish. And can I just say, Nando's, if you're going to get us to live like this now, then make sure that you have got a stable Wi-Fi network that we can all join onto so that your page loads. Because I must have scanned it more times than, a Tesco checkout lady would have scanned all week of a shopping. And my word, it didn't work. Oh, it was a faff. And then Satch goes, oh, you order this, I'll order this. And I couldn't get to the page.
Oh man!
And
how long is it? Because you left mine about sort of 1:45. It was about 12:45. I remember. Well, no, that's what time my appointment was. So maybe about 12:30. So how long did this all take? And now you're in there for 20 minutes, half an hour?
Yeah, I mean to sort of sit down and order the food was a good half an hour, I'd say. Yeah. And I was like, wow, okay, this is weird. But I mean, more than anything, like I managed to get onto it really quickly and did my order. Then my food came quick. Do you see what I mean? So now I was sitting there. I had we ordered starters. He was waiting for his food, and it was just all a bit of a faff, really, wasn't it?
Yeah, he didn't enjoy it, and also what we thought of is that obviously if you went on a date to Nando's now, you wouldn't need Nelly the love guru because this would be split. You know what I mean? Because I'd have my phone, you'd have your phone, and that's it. You just scan your own thing, you choose what you want, and there you go. It's maybe this is the future now. The man can't pay for it all.
And now thinking about it, I actually, Ked, shouldn't have offered to buy yours because you were faffing around with it. Maybe I should have just left you to it. Because at one point, I even stopped him and said, should we just all do it on one? Like, it just makes sense, isn't it? Like,
yeah. But then you end up...
No, but he was like, no, I want to pay for this myself because I'm independent.
Look at the lessons in this, guys. Number one, when you go to have lunch in my manner without me, it all crumbles. It doesn't work. Signals go down.
It does.
Secondly, if you miss me and feel that, it would be nice to have Tommy here, it feels strange without him, your food will come first and you will get a little bit of signal and you will get to order. So well done, Satch. I bless you with my kind of Sandu kind of vibes and presence. Yeah. And Kedge, I put a little sprinkling of, I hope you've learned from this, Kedge. So have you learned from it, Kedge, going forward?
Yeah, I think I'm going to stick to Deliveroo.
And the thing, I think there's one thing I can big up Nando's is it's actually nice to not get up and go and get your drink. They bring it to you, which was quite lovely. Your drink comes to you, all your sauces. You ain't got to move.
Yeah, but I like a certain amount
you can't scam it.
I like a certain amount of ice in my Coke, and they don't know that, and you can only feel that when he goes.
Yeah, you're right. And I like quite a lot of ice, and I don't want that much, and then I'll go refill it. But then I feel a bit guilty having to constantly go back to them and go, and can I get a little bit more? And can I get a little bit more?
No, but they were happy to. They were happy.
They were happy to. They were happy to.
Yeah.
But
I wouldn't be happy to.
But Kedge did try to scam the system because he ordered a water and I got a soft drink. So I knew what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
I didn't want to bring it up at the time. I didn't want to bring it up.
Yeah, but then you can't.
To me such a little, one of those only Gujarati people have those glasses in their house. It was one of those glasses, those small ones. Yeah. And it was just like, well, and then she goes, can I get you another one? I was like, obviously, I've only had 2 gulps and it's gone.
Can I have another shot of water, please?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go. There you go. Wicked.
But all all this talk of couples and Love Island and dating and who pays for what. Did you hear about Alexander Kudlay and Victoria Pustovitova? They're from
Alexander who?
Alexander Kudlay.
That does sound like a Birmingham person.
Alexander Kudlay, Victoria.
Okay, but it sounds like a Birmingham person saying the word cuddly.
Kudlay?
Kudlay?
Alexander Kudlay, Victoria Pustovitova.
What could he lay?
He could lay her.
Oh, he could lay.
They didn't. Because,
it could be a style of carpet. I could lay you. I could lay Victoria, or I could lay the Elizabeth. Which one do you want?
Pustovitova is a brilliant. Victoria Pustovitova, 29. They're from Kharkiv in Ukraine. Now, they did a social experiment. And actually, I thought this was really quite interesting. And I hope they filmed this because this could be a really good documentary. But what they did is they wanted to see how strong their relationship was. They actually handcuffed them. They chained themselves together for 3 months to really test their solidarity and their love for each other. So they were chained together, and
they're a couple, right?
Yes,
they're a couple, and this is during lockdown. This is in the last 18 months or so.
Correct. This was only very recently, last week.
Right. So,
not last week. Sorry, 3 months ago.
3 months ago, they would have started it, right?
Yeah.
And so during lockdown, when everyone's got to be, at home alone or in their bubbles, they're going to lock themselves together in that time as well. They're going to tie themselves together.
Yeah, but
Jay and Viru. Like Jay and Viru with the handcuffs in Cholet.
Correct. But the point of this was obviously that they would then have to live and do everything together. Whatever the other person does, you have to do it together. So everything from visiting the toilet, showering, brushing, sleeping.
Making a sandwich.
All of that.
Yep.
I mean,
cutting the grass. Imagine trying to cut the grass, two of you.
Well, one person's just got to walk up and down, haven't they?
Well, you do sort of
maybe person's pushing it, or you could push together. I mean, if you're really in love, one handle each, and you could push together, couldn't you? Really?
Yeah. Wow. That wouldn't work though, because you end up having zigzag lines.
Or especially when you got to do the turn, isn't it? Because then one person's got to overcompensate while the other one maybe has to pull.
And what if one of you I don't know, wants to have a workout and the other one doesn't? Have you got to work out with the other one?
But this is the point of it. This is the true test of love, Tommy.
I mean,
this is what it's about. It's yes. If someone is doing yoga, the other person does yoga.
Yeah. So you are
synchronized.
Yeah. You are bonding. I'm going to drop this in because it's a quick little side story that connects to that story. Because I want to know what happened to these people, right? Because this is a little bit of a name droppy story. I was with Cilla Black and we were in a fancy restaurant called Sketch. We met Jimmy Choo. Jimmy Choo, the maker of the shoe, is on the table next to us. Yeah. Jimmy Choo this is a true story, was with two people. These two people were dressed exactly the same. They looked a little bit Japanesey in their look, right?
Okay.
They're wearing exactly the same clothes. One's a man, one's a woman, but they're dressed exactly the same, and they've had plastic surgery because they are slowly becoming each other.
Wow.
They are fusing their souls. So I'm saying this lockdown thing, this kind of tying each other together, we want to understand each other. We want to bond, we want to fuse. These guys are another level, but I'm saying it's a crazy story. It's random, but I don't understand why these people are testing themselves.
Hang on a minute, Tommy. That was maybe about 20 years ago, though,
Probably,
right? That went now.
15 years ago. It was like, what? When they were telling us, we were sat there kind of going, what?
I mean, that they were living in the future.
Yeah.
Not a world. But it was a spiritual thing. It was like we're fusing our souls and we're doing all this kind of
yin and yang.
We want to be one. But it sounds like you're, carpet layer and Victoria and pushed her over.
Alexander Kudlay, Victoria, Pustovitova. I can tell you the outcome of it was that when they were cut open and released, Victoria shouted, "Hooray!" as they were cut free. Oh, no. And she said, "I think I want to live on my own." So after the 3 months, they were supposed to be planning their wedding. They broke up. They broke up. They couldn't handle it. They said, we prefer our personal space.
Wow. That's a bit extreme, though, to do that, wasn't it? I mean, there was no need to do that, really.
Well, but
what was the point?
I don't understand
it's a real test, though, isn't it? Though? That's the test, because, you said, you've got to wash up together. Maybe you've got to iron together. One person puts the clothes out, the other person irons. It's everything all of a sudden, you're going to do it together.
What I don't get, though, is they would have known if she broke up, or they broke up with each other after 3 months, they would have known, say, after 2 months that this wasn't a good idea. Like it's not like month 1 and 2 went really well and it went really downhill in the last couple of days.
I mean, like I said, I haven't got the diary of exactly how it went down. Yeah. But it made me think, God, can you imagine if us three in some sort of weird horror movie were locked up and chained together?
No, we'd have a great time. We would have I promise. Firstly, I would want to be double chained in the middle. Just saying, sisters. No, like I don't know. It would all be one. I think we'd be chained
like it's sort of so like we're doing the okey cokey. So we're all connected.
So be a handcuff on each.
But it would be like like doing Ring-a-Ring-a Roses would be.
But the middle person would have 2 handcuffs.
There is no middle person. Everyone's the middle.
No, we wouldn't be in a circle cage. We'd be just 3 in a row.
No, but that wouldn't be fair.
What do you mean?
Of course it would be.
No, it wouldn't, because the person on the outside would have more of an advantage. They've got one free hand.
They'd have to do everything for the rest of the group. It's not an advantage.
Exactly, it's not an advantage. I think that's probably
if Tommy wants to go in the middle, if Tommy wants to go in the middle, it means that he's actually he's skanking the duties a lot.
What? No one wants to be double cuffed, because then you've got to do everything for me.
Yes.
You got to do everything for me for 3 months. And by the way, I'm a charged guy.
We know your habits. To be fair, most of our 3 months would be in the toilet.
So, maybe that. I like to cook. I got 2 kids.
Cooking, I think he would start shouting at us, because because maybe Satch is not that interested. I'd be messy, and you wouldn't be able to do it your way.
Yeah, and also then obviously we wouldn't all sleep with my wife, would we? I mean, I'm just practical. Just
he's not handcuffed to us.
No, okay, fine. Because I don't think she would opt in. She wouldn't stay. No, it would be... And I don't think I'd go in the marital bed. I think we'd have to go put 2 beds together upstairs.
On the floor.
Hold on. Then if I'm sleeping in the middle of on the floor, you're saying?
No, mate, I ain't sleeping on no floor, mate. We're going to have to find a bed big enough.
And what if 2 of us need to go toilet together, or all of us need to go? Can we just stand and wee together? Would you do sword fights?
We have to stand there like your bodyguards. So if you went, we'd have to stand there like your bodyguards, wouldn't we? Really?
Yeah, but I would need my hands. So your hands would be very close to my hands.
There would have to be a schedule for this, because I think we'd have to schedule them. I'll tell you.
The worst thing would be if one of us needs to go to the loo in the middle of the night. That, can you imagine? You got to wake the other 2 guys up.
Wake the other 2 up.
Wake them up, and you're busting. And then you got to... Sorry, Tommy, but I need to go now, and we need to run.
Yeah. What would you do, like Satch, if Kedge just turned to you and went, "Bruv, please, just scratch my bum. I've got a proper little tickly little itch there."
No, I could scratch it. It's just that someone's hand would have to come close and then act limp. so that you don't get too close. That would have to be the solution. But I mean, I'm sure there's advantages to this as well. Like we all do yoga together.
I think yoga's one thing. I was thinking about it, and I was like, imagine I think it'd be good for if I was DJing, because then there'd be 3 guys behind the decks. We could all have 2 decks each.
3 guys. No, but we'd be synchronized moving. So if your left hand is doing the scratching, someone else's right hand is scratching at the same time, but just not scratching anything. It's just scratching the air.
I think there's something in that.
Yeah. So just tie ourselves together. But I don't think you guys. I think I'll be all right if I wouldn't tap out early. I think Satch would tap out first.
Yeah, all day.
Yeah, Satch would go now, mate.
What? Like after a day, you go now?
Yeah, not even a day. I think Satch would be a few hours.
Wow.
Because Satch would get a phone call, someone kind of inquiring about a wedding, and then we're in the background going, no. Just giving us suggestions. We tell you what you want to do, right? And Kedge is on the phone talking to someone. You know how loud Kedge talks all the time.
Yes.
So Kedge is just yabbering away. I'm there trying to be funny in the middle. It's just it's a recipe for brilliant disaster. And
it is. I think we might have to give this a go. But I think eating again would become a bit of an issue as well, because obviously we'd have to synchronize hand movement, and the other person's arm will have to move up and down, and then again, the type of food would we all agree on, and the kind of environment that we like to, because I think we're all quite set in our ways of how we eat food and what we need as a surrounding. And I saw this story about how, did you know that there are scientists have done a research recently which has discovered that there are actually select kind of tunes that makes cheese taste better. And I thought, wow, They've done this at Bern University of Arts.
So what do you mean? Like as you're eating it, you play the music, or as they're making it, they play the music? Like
no, so while you're eating the cheese, there's certain types of music that makes it sound better.
Oh man,
how amazing is that? What you a fan of this? Do you know?
No, I tell you what. So I did my degree in advertising and marketing, right? So we had someone come in from one of the big supermarkets or one of the big shopping department stores, and they talked about music in the department store and how getting the music level right, the tone of it right, what it does, what messages it reinforces, and that's why it's always on my radar. When you go into a place and clearly the staff are playing their own music, like Satch, you'll definitely, I know, sorry, Kedge, you will as well, but Satch, you definitely will pick up on, they're playing the explicit version of that. This shouldn't be being played in a big commercial chain store, So I'm aware
of the types of songs. Even straight away you can be like, you shouldn't be playing this song.
No, this is there's grime being played in a kid's store, whatever, or something that's different, whatever. You're right. It's about the fit and more about the brand sort of fit. So what I'm thinking is, I do believe in the power of music, and when I'm cooking, I like to have certain music on. Actually, it's quite odd. It's Dean Martin. I don't know why. I don't know much about Dean Martin, but that whole kind of sound of like, when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. All that.
He fancies himself in the kitchen, though. You can imagine it with a little chef's hat on and everything.
That's my Christmas Day soundtrack. That kind of sound, right? Anyway, my point is, music affects stuff. But I believe it. They when they've blindfolded people and they've played certain music and they've done all these scientific tests on it and how your taste buds are affecting what you taste based on the music around you. But this is a good thing. What's your problem? Have you got an issue with it?
Well, no issue with it. But I thought it was quite interesting that tracks such as A Tribe Called Quest's We Got It From Here did really well. Mozart's The Magic Flute Opera, and Led Zeppelin's classic Stairway to Heaven.
So what do you know? It's about all three of those, and why I can tell you, I can think why that they lend themselves to cheese.
Well, it was just to do with the frequencies. It was just. Yeah, but also just to do with the frequencies.
But listen to it. You Led Zeppelin, Tribe Called Quest, and who was a musician? Mozart, the composer Mozart. Right. So all three of them are regarded as great in their field. Tribe Called Quest are highly revered. Led Zeppelin, and so is Mozart. So you think cheese is something that people kind of see as aspirational. When you're having a cheese board, it's not a common thing. It's a nice thing to do, isn't it? So if you're listening to nice, clever music or musicians, it fits. That's what
you can get one from Iceland.
What? A cheese board?
Yeah, like a little cheese selection thing, and it's a bit
from Iceland. What is it? Frozen?
No, it's just in the cheese thing, but it's just a bit rubbish. Like you see it, and I'm like,
I thought everything's frozen in Iceland.
No, it's not.
No, not everything.
Really?
Not everything. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I've not been to Iceland in years, so I don't know. I thought everything is frozen.
Kedge is so shocked. He's like, hold a minute. Everything in Iceland isn't iced up. They should just call it Lund. They should just call it Lund.
No, but surely I thought that was the whole point of that shop, that you just get frozen food.
No. So anyway, back to this story. Like I think, and I get that with cheese, but I think it's also the case when you go to restaurants, because going back to Nando's now, you know what music you're going to get. Do you see what I mean?
Oh, I like that. That arriba kind of music, and it just makes you.
Arriba. That's
Mexican, bro.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. I don't know how to describe it.
No, get it right.
Statements like
get
that.
It right.
Yes. Come on.
But you know what I mean. It's like Andre.
No, it's not Andre is Mexican or Spanish. The Portuguese sound is like kulikitakari.
Yeah.
Kulikitakada.
It's like Brazilian. Because
I tell you what, when I go and I hear that, it makes me go up a level in the spice. I just feel like I can handle it, and I did burn my mouth actually last time when we went to Nando's. I was sweating.
Because did you get your food in time? Did you get food?
Oh yeah, no, I got the food in time. It's just because it makes me feel like I'm stronger than the normal level of spice. Yeah. So I go one extra.
You go because of the music, so the music has an effect.
And then on the flip side, if you go to an Indian, you want to hear good Indian music. I think sometimes.
Well, it depends because obviously Indian restaurants now are not like what they were in the 80s or 90s, where it was like a curry house and it was like those velvet carpeted kind of walls and and it was sitar music. Because now you got trendy Indian restaurants, you got you got like your Dishams and all other places like that and chains and whatever, so they've all got their own. But you're right. You want to hear Desi music of some form.
I was in an Indian bar restaurant over the weekend, and they had a brilliant selection of tunes because they had like all that old school sort of when we went through that era of DJ Suketu and Akil and all that remixes of like Bin Tere Sanam and Jimmy Jimmy Jimmy.
See, I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want the DJ Suketu remixes. I wouldn't.
No, it was good. It was good because it was good vibes.
That's just Kedge though.
I don't think I'd want that either. That's just Mumbai Kedge.
Well, yeah. See, now if I was in a Mumbai outdoor terrace bar having sort of nibbles and drinks, DJ Suketu, that's fine. That fits that. It's a warm, balmy evening. It's a little bit kind of.
They never play that in Indian bars though. They always. I discovered so many different house artists and DJs when I was out in India going to bars because they play the funkiest sort of that kind of lounge DJ music stuff. And it's like there was this one called Seth, it's Seth Van or something like that. Oh, and then I came back to UK and I Googled him and he's got some brilliant tunes and you just think, that was sick.
I think for me, it's not really about the music when you go out and eat. Like, I think there's other things that are sort of like a bigger issue. Like number one, I think it's got to be like the smell's got to be nice when you walk into a place. Like you don't want to go into a place and it smells a bit dusty.
Okay, let me just time out there, right? I've always said there's only two things that affect an entire room, right? And one of those is smell.
Yes.
But smell can also fade in certain parts of the room. So if someone's like done a pump over one side of the room, you don't necessarily smell it on the other side of the room. But sound goes everywhere. And this is really about how the sound of a restaurant, the sound of a shop, heighten the experience of it. But you're right. I agree. The smell is closely followed. Like it's got to feel aromatic. And there's a Nando's near me that used to pump the smell of Nando's out into the street.
Ooh.
It was when you're hungry, that smell will drive you crazy.
But I think sometimes like those sort of fancy Turkish kebab shops do that as well.
Yes,
when you're walking up to it, you're like, oh, I like a bit of that. Do you know what I mean?
Because you can smell barbecue, and barbecue smells great. Does barbecue smell great to you, Kedge? That smell of barbecue.
Absolutely. I have been non-veg many a time while walking past a hot dog stand. And that's
but that's onions. What you're smelling onions.
Yeah, but it's onions mixed with the fat and all the dirt, and so I mean, and barbecue can, it's a good smell. I mean,
and other than the smell, I think the other thing in a restaurant and with eating is sort of what's around you. Because I remember going into some old dusty restaurant in Southall, and it felt like I was sitting on crisp packets. Do you know, like when you sit on the couch and it's just like.
But again, that's sound.
What was this restaurant you went to?
No, and it's like the feeling. Do you know, like the feeling of what you're sitting on? It's just horrible. So I think, music is a big thing.
No, but was the food rubbish in that place?
Well, just sitting on that stupid sofa, the food was rubbish. I can't deal. I want to
go to this restaurant. Have they renovated it?
Oh, I don't know. This was years ago when I was a kid, and I was just thinking, why are we here? Like, this is just awful. So I think, music is one thing, but I just think the whole ambience generally of everything.
I tell you what was weird though. Have you ever been to those kind of curry houses, those old school ones where it's a little bit dim and dark?
Yeah, but not for years. Like I just don't even think they exist anymore. Like
no, they do.
But they're more in central London. Have you seen them in central?
Yeah, central London. Because I went to one in, I think it was in Lancaster Gate, when my mate Matt, he goes, Kedge, come round.
There he goes, showing off about his other mates again.
and Matt, it wasn't one to eat a curry, and all of a sudden he's eating curries, and I'm like, all right.
I think there's a problem there because. Your mate Matt is taking you to an Indian restaurant, bruv. You should be ashamed.
I was, and I was really like, oh well, okay, if you say so, because he was like, but it's brilliant.
When did you go with this? When did you do this?
This was probably about 2002, 2003. Oh wow, okay, long time. So it was a long time ago, and it was in Lancaster Gate, and I thought, well, slightly posh, but it was that, where it was dark. We had one little lamp. I could barely see his face. It looked like a romantic date, and you hear that kind of
they say things music. Sir, would you like a lager? Lager.
Yeah.
Not a beer. Do you want a beer? You want a bottle of beer? Do you want a pint? It's a lager.
No, what was the one before Cobra? What was it called? I forgot what it was
Kingfisher.
called.
It was Kingfisher, Cobra. Everyone just had...
Or something. Tuscan or something. It was like that.
Tuska's still around. It's a Kenyan.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, they had that one. And then, oh my word, and then you're eating this really dodgy dahi and mint chutney, and it's just with the papadums, and then you're just like, what are you gonna have?
Kedge, I think that's moved on now. That's 20 years ago. Things have changed, I think if anything, Indian restaurants have upped their game. Like they're up there,
or not actually, or what they might have done is
people like those restaurants still exist.
Yeah, they do. They still exist.
They do.
I think they're not being opened. There's not a new one opened up like that.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just like been there for 50 years and it's still the same.
It's like if you see a Ford Mondeo, they're still around, but no one's making them anymore. I don't think. Are they making the Mondeo anymore?
No, I don't think they are. No.
Karai Raj, like that's not going to open again.
What is it?
I don't know. I just made up a restaurant. Yeah. The Karai Raj.
No, exactly. No, it wouldn't. That's it. The Bombay Tandoori. The tandoori under the arches. All that kind of stuff. Those kind of places. They're just kind of tucked away.
Tandoori by the green.
But if anything, I think the Indian restaurants have got smarter to it, because I remember I hosted some curry awards a few years ago, and obviously mainly Bangladeshi guys running these restaurants. Yeah. My boys were all pulling up in Aston Martins, their own cars, private plates, Aston Martins, Bentleys, and all that. And I was talking to one of them, and he goes, "Look, all we've done is we've inherited our parents' business, but then now we've just picked better products, bigger bits of chicken, done it, presented it a bit nicer, changed the plates, changed the decor, changed the lighting, changed the vibe." And they charge more. So what you normally get a curry dish for 6-7 quid, now you get one piece of chicken on a little squirt of sauce for 9 quid. 10
I was going to say, and obviously because they save a lot of money on the lighting because it's all dark in there, and that's why you can afford a Bentley.
So, speaking of all this curry and stuff, Tommy, you went to a pretty decent one in Southampton that I saw. What was that thing you were eating?
What? Okay, well, the one I went past.
What do you mean? What was that thing he was eating? It's a dinosaur.
No, because he sent us a photo saying it was a vada pav, and I was like, mate, that looks good. Like that was like a premium one.
I'll give him a little big up then, right? It's Dubba 59 is the name of the restaurant, and I was just going to quickly say, actually linking to that, the person running the place is key. So the guy who was running this, Manish, was running this restaurant.
Yeah,
he was meeting, greeting everyone, and it was rammed. It was the other England game that was on, right? So I think when you say sound, smell, I also think that front of house person, the one who meets, greets, smiles, whether they look, he was flustered, but he was smiling through it, and he was talking about the football, all that. So that makes a big difference. So yeah, that place. But yeah, we were on a set menu because there's so many of us. All the Bharat Army lot kind of took over, and they brought out so much food. It was great. But one of them was like a vada pav in a bun, but it was a beautiful brioche bun. It had loads of is it you call chevra, isn't it? The little crispy bits.
Sev.
Sorry, we call it a chevra. I might be getting mixed up. Don't kill me for it.
Similar.
Yeah, but it's the little crunchy bits, the onions, the sauce, the tomatoes, the imli chutney, the other chutney. Yeah. It was just like it had it all. It was a nice mix of, and the vada pav was tasty, and the battery bit on the outside was crispy and delicious. Oh, it's great.
It looked good. Like it actually looked like it was a vada pav tower burger.
Kedge, you just swallowed. Did your mouth fill with water?
I could cane it. I could cane it.
Wow. It was but they did that. But also there was lots of other. Oh, because obviously, the Bharat Army and a lot of these traveling Indian fans are mainly Gujarati. So I got, samosa. I've had
Tepla.
Tepla. Oh my God, we got chants about it. There's chants about
Tepla. Come on, let's hear it.
Was it? I'm trying to think of the tune now. The words were like, you don't even know what a tepla is to the other team. So it's like, but have you had a tepla in your life? Have you had a tepla in your life? Or something like that. It was just silliness, but meaning because everyone was all teplaed up. Bruv, and I'm telling you about sophistication, moving things on. The fans were getting their food delivered outside the ground, Uber delivery, delivery. So then what was coming into the ground was boxes of hot samosa. Hot. It's like, this is, and it was on, and everyone, the security were all cool with it. It was great. It was honestly, so it was good time.
I mean, the other than the samosa and stuff, I think we should move it on to things I've learned, because it's about food, and it's another food that I think that Indian fans could have actually, got a takeaway to at the stadium, and that's mangoes, because it's mango season at the moment.
Yes.
Oh. So I always get mixed up when they say it's mango season.
Yes.
Do they mean it's the time to pick mangoes or grow mangoes?
No, it's the time to eat mangoes.
It's the time to eat because it's the hot. That's where they're all coming in from India and Pakistan.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you're right. I just remember the conversation I had with the mango shop man and he goes, these are good. Because I bought mine about a month ago, and he goes, but if you give it a couple of weeks, that's it. Okay. Oh, so it's mango season. So that's what you've learned.
It's mango season. I mean, the thing I've learned is about mango season because I mean, mango season is quite a big thing in a Gujarati household. I think.
Correct.
Like people like actually carry on like they're selling drugs. It's like I'll get you a box full. This. My mate does a better quality one. Giving it all of that kind of A grade and all of that kind of stuff.
And you always get blasted by your parents if you buy your own set of mangoes because they would have gone, oh, that's too expensive. Too expensive.
I've got a little dealer with a hook you up. Yeah.
And everyone knows the dealer, the mango dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also. Sorry, I've got to say, there's also that techers of squeezing it and touching it, and you got to know if it's. I mean, obviously you can't do that anymore because of COVID.
What about the mango?
Yeah, but do you know what I mean? What are you looking for? Why are you squeezing it?
Oh man, can I say a good is incredible. I could do one right now. I could absolutely smash one. A juicy, but I like mine out the fridge. Do you like yours out the fridge? I like it cold.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Any way. I mean, go on, say.
I mean, here's something I think you could smash, Tommy, and it's and the thing I've learned is that.
Oh, is it? I thought that was what you'd learned.
No. The actual thing about mangoes is there's a mango that sells for nearly £300, $300. Sorry, should I say? And the way I came across this was about these two farmers in India that I saw this week, and one of them's name is Sankalp Singh Pariha from
Sankalp.
Who? Sankalp.
Yeah, not Sankalp.
Sankalp Singh Pariha.
From
he's from Chennai. He's from Chennai, and he was planting his mangoes last year, and he thought, oh, we've got a few sort of different ones, so let's whack them in, see what comes out. Yeah. He's actually planted mangoes that are grown in Japan in a specialist sort of environment, so they're pink. Right. And they each sell for £300 each, and he knew nothing about them until they came out. They came out this year, and now he's actually had to hire a whole bunch of security guards to sort of secure his field because everyone knows that these mangoes are £300 each.
People are coming trying to snatch his crop,
and he's just whacked them in the ground in India, and they've just miraculously started growing, which is surprisingly
£300 a pop.
Yes, pink mangoes.
Why is everything in Japan so expensive? And
that's a very good point. That is a very good point.
It's like, you can only have this certain type of sushi, and it's like £9 million for one fish tail. Yeah. Oh, okay. And you can only, it's always, and the Japanese do the square watermelons. They're really expensive because they grow them in a square box. And then it's like,
cat
want to make everything expensive.
It's funny you talk about mangoes. I came across a mango map of India. And did you know there's so many different types of mangoes that come out of India? Like
even this pink one. Is this pink one a good? Is this a good mango? Is this a tasty mango?
Oh yeah, it's meant to be a good mango, and it's called if you want to go out and have a look for it, it's called the Miyazaki mango. It's bright red, basically.
Oh, Miyazaki mango.
And Miyazaki mango. Whereabouts is that from?
They're from Japan. That's where they come from. But right, in India's stumbled.
I've been looking at this map of the mango map.
Does it take a long time to eat it? Is it like a zaki long time, or is it just can you quickly have it?
I think you've got to zaki it though.
You got zaki. Okay, you're not slicey.
No,
zaki.
You got zaki. But did you guys know that? I mean, so just quickly, I thought I'd just mention the different. So I'm sure, like Satch would have heard of the Alfonso mango.
Yeah, that's the famous one. Apparently.
You can get a Gesser one as well, which is obviously tastes very sweet as well. But if you go further down, sort of like to Karnataka, you get the Totapuri mango, and then. And if you go further,
is that all one thing? Is that a type of mango? Is it one thing, or is it longer and thinner? What's it look like? It's a shape of mango.
It's a longer, sort of hanging, kind of curvy at the bottom. The Totapuri
one. A bit more banana-esque.
Yeah, and green.
And it's called a Totapuri.
Totapuri one, yeah. So I mean, and this is what.
It's only half grown. Is it Tota Addi and then it's Totapuri, like it's finished?
Oh, a complete one, maybe. Maybe. I think we should go on this tour of all the different types of mango, because if you go towards the sort of Kerala, you get the Muvandan
mangoes to taste mangoes. That's what the show would be called.
Yeah, love it. Tommy, you're up on the Totapuri, mate. I ain't going for that one.
I'm all in. I might try and do 2 Totapuris at one time.
Oh, double up, yeah.
See what happens. Just give it a go.
You also get. There's also. Oh yeah, no, I haven't even finished it.
Okay.
From the middle of India, you've got the Malika, like sort of like the Madhya Pradesh area, and then from Bihar, you're looking at the Jardalu Chosa.
Oh, nice. Jardalu
Chosa.
Because Chos is to sort of suck as well. So maybe it's because we would say juice to suck.
Yes.
What do you say? Like
juice.
Same word. So you get those. I never liked them, by the way. The little sucking mangoes. Now and then, my mum and dad would bring them. You know,
the little sucking mangoes.
Oh, you never. So exactly that. They're slightly smaller, but because of if you cut it open, they're too hot. They're too hard. They're like stringy. If you try to eat it,
oh yes, I know what you're about.
Stringy. They never ripen. They never turn into like how the Alfonso ones do.
Ones.
Yeah. So you just cut the top. You just jut it.
Maybe they might be like, because the ones up from Punjab, they're known as the Duseri. So maybe they're those ones.
See, that sounds like the other, the Duseri.
Yeah, the Duseri.
Like the Duseri.
The Duseri, yeah. But it's funny you mentioned that because all of a sudden,
some mango facts there.
You know, where I work, obviously, Chris Evans has just experienced his first ever Indian mango.
Chris Evans, the guy who plays Captain America.
No, Chris Evans, the TV and radio guru.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
I mean, what is it with you guys say everyone's name? Let me pick up those names that everyone's dropped in this episode.
Exactly. Yeah,
God.
No. I want to know the Chris Evans. So Kedge works on, at that. We can just say it, Kedge.
At Virgin Radio. Yeah,
he works at Virgin Radio, right, in the daytime. He just, he's a chaiwala and comes on cutting chai. No.
And now he's serving mangoes.
Well, the thing is, he just tried an Indian mango the other day, and he went, my word, he goes, it's nothing like anyone what you get from Waitrose or anything, and he was just blown by the taste of it, and now he's looking for a mango dealer, and I just thought, can you imagine all of a sudden if you go to the population, let's just say, who shop at Waitrose and Marks and Sparks, and just stand outside with your boxes of Quesadilla or Alfonso. You could make tons of money.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you just got to be the mango dealer for Waitrose.
Yeah. I mean, if he wants a number to like some auntie that's a dealer, I can sort him out if he wants.
Can I tell you a quick side? And this is really just a quick throwback point for anybody who used to listen to the radio back in the day.
Yeah.
Sahel Sahi, remember him?
Yeah.
I rang him once years ago. I think he stopped doing it, and I went, "What's going on? We're catching up." And he goes, "Bruv, I'm going to start importing, exporting mangoes."
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
I was like,
he did it for a while. He was doing it for a while, wasn't he? That and rice. He was getting rice. He did mangoes for a while until the government put the block on it.
That's right. And he goes, mate, and that's why. So coming back to what you're saying, yes, because I love so much that I'm like, I feel like shouting from the rooftops. You know, when I see them in Sainsbury's and they're red and hard green, I'm like, and someone picks it up, I'm like, you know what? Please go to this place and get a box of the mangoes from there, and it will change your life. Your kids will love it. You can make the most amazing frozen lollies out, whatever you want to do, like do it in your own way. You want to kind of tell them, but you're right. You want to scream and shout about it, but the legislation, man, I think Europe and the UK has got hip to it. But now that we're saddling up with India, you watch.
Of course.
We're going to get them everywhere.
Yes, direct input.
Yeah. My man, can I do what I learned
Please
next?
do.
Because it links to fruit, really, I suppose. And this is, again, for anyone who's listening to the podcast on actual podcast day. We all know Thursday is Brownlow Day. Official. Fact. Every Thursday morning, the podcast is there. So this Thursday will be there will be in the sky a stunning strawberry moon. Ooh. It's going to glow golden during the night sky. It's all because it lights up because the moon is the nearest it gets to Earth. So at that time, and they call it the strawberry moon because it ties in with the right time of season, to be picking strawberries.
So
lovely.
So berries are ripe for the picking. And this is in North America, so it ties in. I mean, you can see it everywhere, but. I thought that's kind of amazing. You go, strawberry moon, it's mango season. This is the time to get fruity, people.
I'm not interested about the strawberry moon because it means I ain't going to sleep on Thursday.
I was going to say, it probably affects Satch's life as well.
But these things come about so rarely. I think you got to see it. Wouldn't you want to see us glowing, knowing that most of the planet will be looking out their window at it?
You might as well see it, Satch. It's not like you're going to be sleeping.
Yeah. Well, it's going to affect you anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then the things that I learned, and I might as well just make this like, a triple fruit whammy because I love how this happens. We don't ever plan this. This has all just happened.
That's why if we were tied together, we'd get on great. It'd just be that me and Kedge will be awake looking at the moon and Satch, you'd be like, I'm going to bed. Like, no, you're not, Saj.
Or
You're
we
going to
would
bed
be
outside.
snoring and he'd be sitting there looking for the moon. But my one is about bananas. Firstly, do you know what the bottom of a banana is called?
Botama.
No, it's known as the nubbin. I thought that was quite interesting.
N-U-B.
B-N.
Nubbin. Because isn't that nubbin is the term, and I don't know why I remember this notice,
Go on.
that Chandler Bing gives to his third nipple in
Nubbin.
Friends.
Oh, really?
He calls it, and I swear they call it a nubbin. Like it's like a little nubbin, which makes sense because I would imagine a nipple looks a little bit like the end of a banana as well. The bottom of a banana. The nubbin.
Right.
Okay.
Well, there we go. So we've connected the friends. And also, here's the bit of fact, an interesting bit about the banana that I loved.
Sorry, can I quickly clarify? Is the nubbin the bit on the outside of the skin, or is that nubbin the bit on the
inside?
Inside of the
that
box.
little bit
The bit that everyone chucks away.
And some people leave a good inch. Some people leave an inch above it. And
I leave an inch. Why?
You don't like closer to the nubbin?
Because it's become a habit now. I just break it off and then it goes in the bin.
You're not
I've noticed Kedge to waste banana. He does waste a lot of banana. I don't like that. No, it is waste.
I think it's poisonous. That's why.
I hope you wouldn't be the same with the totapuri.
No,
Exactly,
totapuri,
yes.
I'd suck it completely till it's dry.
Right, okay.
What? Kids, that wasn't even an innuendo. That was a straight up ragger 2-foot tackle. Oh, totapuri! Has Kedge been drinking? I know the football's just finished. We're just finished watching England versus Poland in the background while we're recording this. Kedge just sounds drunk all of a sudden. Go give me a totapuri, I'll suck it!
Anyway, can I just go on to the really interesting bit about the banana? And it's something that I think, when we're allowed back into clubs, I'm going to walk in and take in a banana with me because did you know if you take a banana...
Hang on a minute, let me stop you there. You're not going to get into the club.
Wait till they pat you down. They're like, sir, what is this?
I don't even want to know where you're putting this banana because there's only one place you can go.
It's going in my pocket and I'm going to take it.
Imagine you're dancing on the dance floor, Kedge brushes past you, you go, what the what? Where's the bruv?
Just Kedge's nubbin. But
Kedge's nubbin wants some loving. That's what it sounds like.
But here's the thing. When you can go back into clubs, please can everyone take a banana with them because under fluorescent lighting, the banana turns blue.
Oh. Is it not under blue lighting? Is it because of light?
Oh, no, you know that UV fluorescent
thing?
It goes blue. Satch, when you next DJ,
I'm going to
take
test
banana with you.
Pull your banana out, Satch, when you're DJing, when you're behind the decks, and just see what colour it is. If it's blue, go to the doctor and then check the banana.
No, it's good. It's good. That's a good fact, Kedge. I like that.
Nice fruity nubbin. Exactly.
Oh, there we go.
I'm going to throw my nubbin in the bin. Just the nubbin.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
That's good. I like it. Thank you very much. Cheers for listening as always. I think that's time, gentlemen. Time at the bar.
Time.
Hang on, Tommy, very quickly before we go. Are you going to be back or are you still going to be watching this game next week?
I think this game from tomorrow rolls on to 2024.
Okay, I thought so.
It depends on the weather. No, we are done tomorrow. It's day 6 tomorrow, Wednesday. So I'll find out whether it's a draw or India win miraculously or whether New Zealand do their thing. But it's great. And then come out, we've got a mad weekend of stand-up and all sorts. So, it's going to be a crazy old week. So
we're going to be back together next week.
Yeah. Yes. We are. Yes.
Good.
If I put it this way, boys, not for us. If I'm not back home next week after nearly 1 week off, ringing my wife and telling her I have to extend the amount of time I'm away, which then has an impact on her pickups, drop-offs, the kids, bathing, all that. And you know when they come onto FaceTime and they look annoyed and they're going to go, oh, you're right. And you go, because I'm all like, we got Coley, Virat Kohli. And then you got to kind of calm everyone down, get on the FaceTime and go, is everything okay at home?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, he's really playing up. And you're like, oh, no, that's terrible.
So hang on a minute. What you're saying is me and Kedge might have to come to wherever you're going to be because it might not be at home.
No, you might need to go get my kids and save them because somebody's going to get hurt real bad if I'm not home.
You better get home.
I've got to be home to just for the safety of my family and everyone around my wife in the next few days. So yeah, going back for that. But no, we'll be back together next week, and then we can even maybe, I know it sounds crazy, have lunch together.
Lovely.
And I'll take you back to Nando's, nice. And I'll sort those people out. I'll do it on behalf of the community.
Please.
Cheers, boys. Thank you as always. Catch you next week.
All right, Laters.